Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright. I'm your oyster, baby. You're my pearl.
William!
Dominic Monaghan.
We have returned to the Friendship Onion stage. Anything to report?
Are you comfortable there?
Financially?
No, just like your bum and your legs.
Yeah, these are comfy chairs. It's nice on your back. I enjoy this pose. I don't know, would this be a yogic pose where like a flamingo almost?
I wonder if that's good or bad for your hips.
Don't know, but I like it. It makes me feel quite comfy. You like that pose, which I call the Michael Corleone pose, because at the end of The Godfather, he just sits in his chair like, who's going to mess with me now? I knew it was
no
you,
one.
Frodo.
Frodo?
Yeah, I think it's Frodo.
You sure it's Frodo?
Yeah,
I'm going to kick my shoes off, though.
Yeah, kick them off.
Come
Have a
on.
great time.
Peeling the onion.
Hey, should we fire right into a bunch of questions? Because we've got a fantastic guest.
Yeah,
And we're not going to have a bunch of time, but I'm going to jump right into a question here.
Housekeeping. How much fun are you to keep a house so clean and true? Carry on, Dom.
Hey, a message here from the lovely Deanna in the northern Chicago suburbs. Very specific.
Probably likes my lot.
A lot indeed. Who said, I read an article the other day about all the times people ugly cry when watching TV shows, and Dom's Not Penny's Boat moment was on the list. Well, I should think so too. It got me thinking about all the times I've ugly cried while watching Lord of the Rings, which was essentially the entire ending of Return of the King, which goes on for a long time. Are there any times you can remember ugly crying while watching a TV show or movie? And if so, can you tell us about your experience? I'll tell you right now, Billy Boyd has not cried since he was probably 8 years old, something like that. He's a man of a stone, emotional heart of stone.
Tell you what, I was crying. I was in the cinema myself, wasn't I? In the theatre, watching Maverick. Top Gun.
Oh, you're in tears, man.
I was weeping, Dom.
What was it? Was there one more? Was it Goose?
There was a couple of
Talk
bits.
to me, Goose.
Oh my, Dom. And I was enjoying the crying.
Talk to me, Goose. Yeah, of course. I enjoy a good cry.
Because it was a dark room and there was hardly anyone in there. And it was quite cathartic, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I just let it go.
Always let it go, yeah. And your bowels as well.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just the crying.
Sometimes I think I need a cry. So then I have to put on a movie, because it's hard for me to cry in real life, but I can really get myself there with films. E.T. Ponette. Have you seen Ponette?
No.
It's a French film about a little girl. She's probably 5, and unfortunately, both her parents are brown bread. And it's you see a little
sad
girl
already, isn't it?
try to deal with that. It's an amazing performance by this little French girl. Beautiful.
Lovely.
Any other sad films at the top of your list?
Steel Magnolias?
Yeah, I'd steal Magnolias with you.
No, the movie.
Oh, never seen it?
Oh, sad.
Is it sad?
Yeah.
On Golden Pond, I always heard was very sad. Not seen that.
Well, there's a few, actually, isn't there?
You and I went to see Up, and
You
I was
cried.
crying so hard that you said to me, "Are you okay?"
I thought you were ready.
Like that.
I know, it was awful.
Yeah. And you leant over and went, "Will you shut up? You're ruining the film for my wife and I."
Well, I was trying to eat my M&Ms.
Well, I think we've covered that. William,
What?
we've got another message here from Callan and Jackie. Do you want to read that one?
Yeah, wait till you hear this, Tom.
Okay, can't
My
wait.
wife and I watch The Friendship Onion every week, always with a cup of tea. We're curious to know how you take your tea. For instance, 1, what is your steeping method, loose leaf or in the bag? 2, what's your favourite flavours? 3, what's your preferred time of day for tea? Or is it with particular meals? Well, that's good. Good question. Tea question, Tom.
Well, on you go. Let us know.
Well, I've got a lot
we
to say
take
about
tea in a few different ways, don't
I've got a lot to say about tea. Tea for me is almost always what we call builder's tea for me.
Yeah.
Which is like your Thai PG tips or your Thai pho.
Thai food,
Yeah,
Telly.
just like your black tea, and I have that. It's got to be boiling water. I would never take a cup of tea on a flight because it's never boiling water.
It's warm. It's hot.
So it's got a head on it. It's got a little kind of
Scum.
So it has to be boiling right off the boil
Bloody hell.
into the bag.
Yeah.
Leave that. Let that steep for a couple of minutes. And then get the bag out, stick the milk in.
Give it a little stir before you take the bag out. Little stir.
A little stir, or give it a
stir.
squeeze.
Oh, squeezy.
And then that's my tea ready. And I would say 98% of my time, that's the tea I drink. And my wife used to laugh because she said when she first met me, she couldn't believe how much tea I drank. I probably drunk 10 of those a day.
Wow.
But now, I'll maybe have one a day, maybe two.
In the morning, is it?
No, coffee in the morning.
Lovely.
Later on,
little
I'll tell you what I
oatmeal.
love it with, Tom. Wait till you hear this. Sandwich,
Ooh.
white bread,
Ooh.
banana,
A banana sandwich, just that.
and a cup of tea.
Is it just simply bananas? Is the butter on that bread?
There's no butter. It's
Wow.
simply banana.
Banana
And it can't be too black banana,
Oh,
and it
no.
can't be too green.
Yeah,
Has to be perfect.
yeah.
And then with a nice cup of tea, and I'll put on the TV, so a nice show.
Yourself. Put your feet up and take your shoes off.
There's nothing better, Tom.
Is that right?
That's as good as a 10 minutes can be.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. For the past, I would say, probably year or so, in the morning, I've been drinking matcha, which
Oh,
is green tea powder.
Yeah, yeah.
Super yummy. And the whole method of that can't be boiling.
No?
You know, if you put boiling water on matcha, it makes it very bitter.
What temperature would you say?
Well, you very kindly, when you stayed at my house one time when I wasn't there, bought me the greatest kettle
Yeah.
ever, which has, I think, 6 different water settings.
Mhm.
So all the way up to black tea,
Yep.
boiling,
Yeah.
and all the way down to green tea, which I think is closer to like 77, 78 degrees Celsius. So nowhere near boiling.
No, nowhere near it.
So a little bit of cold
closer
water.
to an oolong.
Yeah, like an oolong, exactly. It's a delicate flavour. So a little bit of the powder, stir it up with some cold water to get the powder, into more of a liquid. And then you put the warm water on that, and I sit there, little meditation in the morning. But if I'm having your type of tea, your
Yeah.
builder's tea,
Yeah.
I'm probably about the same as you. Boiling hot water, leave it in there for a minute and a half without touching it at all. Nice little vigorous stir. Take it out. Milk. Done. And I like that with a fry up.
A fry up. No, that's nice.
Fried
and all.
eggs, fried bread, beans, mushrooms, tomato.
And a nice cafe somewhere.
It's great with a fry up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think sometimes sometimes the stuff in a fry up can be a little tough on the stomach, and if you've got a milky kind of tea in there,
Oh, good.
have we answered everything? I think we have, haven't we?
That was quite good, that, Dom. It
Tea in the
put me
morning
right
for
in the
me.
mood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I could go? A fish tea,
Oh, a lovely
fish
sauce.
chips, white bread with butter, a nice cup of tea.
Have you found a chippy near where you live?
I found one actually the other day there. There's a New Zealand chippies just opened near us.
Wow.
Not too near, but near enough that I could jump in the car and go and get some fish and chips.
Treat yourself, because you like a chippy, don't you?
How would you say that in a New Zealand accent?
Fish and chips.
Very good. That
Thanks.
was good, that, Dom.
Hey, should we do a few voicemails, Johnny, over there? Johnny on the spot.
While we're waiting for the voicemails, do you want to have a go at a tongue twister?
Why not?
How you feeling?
I feel great. Tongue very dexterous this morning.
Mara from Florida, Tampa, Florida, has sent us one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how does that go, Dom?
Well, am I doing it first?
What would you think?
Yeah, I'll go
Do you
first.
want to get through it one slowly so that we know what it is?
Yeah, there's one on the second page as well. There's one line on the second page. Here we go.
Okay, is there?
Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, just a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt. I did it. You try it.
Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, just a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt.
Perfect. We've nailed it. Hey, we got a voicemail.
You don't want to go faster? I think you guys could probably do this a lot faster.
I'm going to go a little bit faster. Ready? Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, just a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and it's blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy. Ah!
I'm going to go that fast.
Go.
Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and it's blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy has a square cut punt.
Ah! Nailed it.
Oh, I know a guy who was in a play. I don't know if I've told you this, Tom.
I know this story, but it's a good one.
He's in a play, and he's an older actor's in it. And his first entrance, he comes on, and the young actor says to him, "Where have you been all day?" And he says, "I've been out in Kenny's punt."
Yes.
And they did this all through rehearsals. The day before they opened, the young actor says, "I wouldn't want to have your first line. He says, what do you mean? He says, well, if you get that mixed up, out in Kenny's punt, I've spent all day out in Kenny's punt.
Yeah.
What do you mean? If you switch that round, that would be Penny's, And the old actor said, I never thought. And he says, and he got to open the night and he's thinking about it. And he comes on and the young actor says, so where have you been all day? And he says, what? I've been out all day and Kenny's punt. No, Penny's
Taters.
Oh, God!
No, never worked again. Oh, Johnny, give us a voicemail.
Oh, come on, Johnny, play those.
Coming up.
Dulcet
Here we go.
tones.
Hi, Billy and Dom. My name is Emily, and I live in Winter Park, Florida. My boyfriend showed me the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time recently, and while I'm usually not a fan of super long movies, they are excellent films. I especially love The Hobbits, but Pippin is my favorite. My question for you is, if you could try any food item from the Lord of the Rings, what would it be? For me, it would have to be Bilbo's giant birthday cake and the magic limbus bread that fills up your tummy after just one bite. Piggybacking off of that, what is each of your guys' favorite meal of the day? Dessert counts too. Lots of love and thanks in advance. Bye-bye.
Lovely, Emily.
Lovely
there.
note, lovely voice.
Lovely. Well,
And a lovely choice of Hobbit, if you don't mind me saying.
well, I wasn't really in full agreement with that one. But so foods to eat. I mean, I think just to have the magical feeling of what the lambast bread does in terms of filling you up. A
It's
bite,
yeah,
and then it feels like you've had a meal. Just to have that experience would be interesting.
yeah.
And then outside of that, I get the feeling that when we rested, which in the book in Rivendell is a long time,
Yeah.
months and months, if not years,
Yeah.
in Rivendell, I bet the elves cook up some lovely, delicate, decadent food.
I think, I totally agree. Lambast bread, you need to try it to see what that is.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I think that's right that you would go for the elvish, spent all day making something beautiful. I would like to have the meal when we are dancing on the table when Legolas and Gimli have the drinking competition.
Yeah.
What bar's that in? I can't remember now.
No,
It's the third movie or second movie.
Don't know the name of that bar.
But that place looks like, I bet they'd have a great stew and a great beer.
Yeah,
I would like to have that meal.
that's a good shout. Nice, lovely, thanks,
That was a
Emily.
good one.
Yeah.
Any more, John?
Hi, Billy and Dom. I volunteered with you guys on Sunday at Fan Expo Toronto. It was an amazing experience. My name is Perry. I hope you guys remember me. I got a picture with you, Billy. My question to you is, I remember you speaking with someone at Fan Expo about getting your tattoo redone. So what's the story with that? Why did you get a tattoo finished?
Right, Perry. Well, it was good to see everyone in Toronto. That was
Great convention.
all those conventions were so much fun this
Yeah,
year. Eh?
yeah.
That was a real highlight of this year. Yeah, and Dom's got a lot more tattoos than me. I've only got the fellowship tattoo, the one that for people that don't know, the nine guys in the fellowship, except for John Rhys Davis, who sent his stuntman, all got
Right.
the number 9 in Elvish tattooed. Different places on our bodies, but the same tattoo is the number 9 in High Elvish. And obviously it's been 20 years since we've had that tattoo. And Dom was getting some of his tattoos touched up, and he said, this is a great tattoo artist, you should get your fellowship.
Mark Draven. Lovely Mark
Mark
Draven.
Draven.
We should say hello to Mark. Thanks.
Hiya,
for-
Mark. Thank
thanks
you
for your
very
help there,
much.
And Mark said he would be, delighted to tattoo any of the 4 hobbits. In fact, it was Sean Astin who did it first. Sean Astin got his wife's birthday
I think her name.
name for their anniversary. Can I have a
Yeah.
look at your tattoo since it's healed?
Yeah, you ready?
Let's have a look.
Hold on.
Because it wasn't that faded. Elijah's is really faded. Oh, it looks brand new,
Is
Bills.
that better?
Looks brand new.
We're not
Really?
allowed to show it, or we would.
Yeah,
I
it looks
think
great.
everybody has shown it now.
Yeah, I
though.
think they've shown it by now. But I like the little kind of shadowing that you've got on it now.
Can we do that a lot?
Yeah, let's. It looks great. It looks great.
Yeah, it's much better. I feel much fresher now.
Thanks again, Mark Draven.
Thanks,
Mark.
Mark.
If you guys want a tattoo done, check out Mark Draven. He's always at the conventions, and he managed to work on myself, Sean Astin, and Billy. And I think he was gonna work with Elijah, but he ran out of time, didn't he?
I wish Elijah would just get all our faces tattooed on him.
Yeah, Elijah's quite impressionable. I bet we could convince him across his belly.
Yeah, it'd be
That'd be
brilliant.
Yeah. John, is there another voicemail?
Hi, Billy and Dom. It's Daphne Sargent, and I want to know what's your favorite color and why?
Oh, Daphne.
Daphne,
What-
favourite colours.
What an adorable voice.
Right?
Hey, let's guess how old we think Daphne is. 43, 44.
75.
I bet in real life, Daphne's 7.
10.
Nice. Favourite colour and why?
Mine would be blue, I think.
What hue of blue?
What's... See, like the blue at the back of that hand, almost.
Like a... would it be a blue? Oh, like a sky blue?
Is that only because that is the sky?
Yeah. But
Not darker than that.
well, that's green, surely.
But I don't know why. I don't know why it's my favourite colour, but I'm always drawn to it. I keep buying the same thing. You know what I mean? I'll go and buy a shirt, and then I'll, a year later go out and I'll look and I'll think, well, that's a nice looking shirt. And I basically bought the same shirt again.
I wonder if it complements your colouring, your skin tone, and
I don't
your,
think
and
so.
your eyes.
Because I bought a blue sofa.
You did buy a blue sofa, yeah? I've slept on that sofa
I like blue.
with your little dog. I like blue too. I think blue's my favourite colour. Mine would be an electric blue.
Oh, blue, electric blue, what's the colour of your room?
Like a kind of iridescent, maybe almost fluorescent electric blue, something that's kind of like, oh, I like that blue. And as my years have gone on in the last few years, I'm more and more drawn to yellow.
Yeah, I love a
I
yellow.
find yellow quite calming. Reminds me of the morning, like a quiet morning, lovely quiet morning.
And blue and yellow goes very well together.
Is that right?
Yeah.
In a clothing vibe?
And anything.
Right, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, lovely. Thanks, Daphne.
Thanks, Daphne.
We've got one more, Billy. Let's see.
Let's have a look.
Let's see.
Hi, Billy and Dom. This is Kim from Leipzig in Germany, and I have 2 questions for you. First one, what do you think makes a good director from an actor's perspective? So, how does a director have to approach working with actors so that you enjoy working with them? And the second one's for Billy. So, I've read somewhere that you were actually originally supposed to use a West Country English accent on Lord of the Rings to match the other hobbits. I'm quite glad this didn't happen, but I'm also curious, how would English Pippin have sounded? Can you give us a glimpse? So thank you so much, guys, for making this podcast. It is always so much fun to listen to you. Have fun. Bye.
Thank you from Germany, Dom. Where you were born.
Leipzig. Yeah.
Leipzig.
Where I was born in Berlin, yeah. Well, let's start with the first question. What makes a good director?
Right. For me,
Cash? Is it suitcases of cash?
Suitcases of cash. I like when, a director said once, not to me, but I heard them, and he was talking to, I think, a younger actor or whatever, and he says, what a director wants from an actor is them to bring something. Even if it's wrong, what they hate is when you turn up and say, what is it you'd like me to do? They want something. And I think a good director, once they've seen what you've brought, then they're open to, I like what you did there, but could you tone down this part?
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be great if you sat down when you said that. And so they get inspired by what the actors are doing and then mold it from there,
Would it be fair to say, in terms of what you just said there, that it's kind of a collaborative thing?
That's exactly what it is.
That would have been my answer, is like, you don't want an overwhelming director who's just like, it's this and only this.
Yeah.
But you also don't want a director to be like, well, do whatever you want and we'll figure it out. You want to have a conversation ongoing.
And then it's fun and you're playing and that's the whole thing, isn't it? And then you're making it up.
Yeah. And then
on the second part, it's it was kind of true that we messed around with a lot of stuff as we were trying to work out who the hobbits were. And there was the idea that it would be more like Merry. Frodo is more RP, so he's more kind of posher kind of thing. But it was as simple as I think Pete thought I wasn't as funny. And I lost a lot of the comedy when I was doing the
a
West
bit in
Country
your head,
thing.
maybe, with the West Country thing. Yeah.
So I wasn't as probably loose with like trying to make things funny, and I suppose they needed Pippin and Merry to do the kind of comedy of the or most of the comedy in the movie. So it was as simple as that.
But then also as our dialect coaches, Roisin and Andrew, explored the worlds and the appendices and stuff like that, things started to come up that lent to a Scottish tonality, like Tuckborough,
Yeah.
the kind of idea, and
Took's a Scottish word.
inventing golf and all this kind of stuff.
They
and
live
the
in their own
clans.
country.
Right.
In the Shire, they have their own place in the north of the Shire. So there was a lot that it made sense. But you're right that originally, I think the thought with most of kind of whenever anybody thinks of hobbits, they think of that West Country sort of. But also, we wanted each hobbit to feel like their own character. We didn't want people just to say, "Oh, the hobbits." So we're always trying. How can I be slightly different from the other one? So that really helped as well. And I can't really remember the West Country accent. How's it go, Tom?
Hello, Frodo.
Hello, Frodo.
Like speaking like a farmer from Dorset or something.
Oh, from Dorset. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, so it would have been different. But as a Scot as well, I'm always happy when I hear a Scottish voice somewhere because I
Same.
don't hear enough of them.
What's that thing that they talk about nowadays? If you don't see it, you can't be it.
Mm-hmm.
So this idea of inclusion in projects and stuff, and obviously there must have been a lot of young or even older Scottish people out there going, "Oh, that's a voice that I know. That's a person that I could recognize and stuff."
yeah.
It's important, the inclusion thing.
Yeah. But
Lovely question
I'd
from
like to
Leipzig.
go back to Germany. I love Germany.
Yeah, you've spent quite a lot of time in Germany, haven't you? Because you were singing with an orchestra.
Yeah.
Amazing. Was there a particular city that you ended up liking the most?
I probably, in all my times going to Germany, I love Munich. I think, that sort of, what do you call that part? It's got a name, doesn't it, that part of Germany? Is that
Bavaria?
yeah, it's Bavarian, isn't it?
I would think
I
so.
love that sort of big beers, and
We should go for Oktoberfest and get absolutely slaughtered.
I would love it, Tom. I love it around.
I mean, you and I grew up drinking pints, didn't we? But in Oktoberfest, they'll serve you a glass of beer that's like 4 or 5 pints.
And do you know why that was?
Go on.
I found out at Oktoberfest. I was at a place, and they do that real sort of designed
Amazing
German
jar.
mug
Yeah.
with a lid on it and all that.
Yeah.
It was because to keep the beer cold, it was kept down in like a cave in a cellar. So to go down and get the beer was such a hassle. So if you were getting a pint, they would do you half an hour. So you got like 5 pints or whatever that is.
Brilliant.
So you could sit for ages and have a lid on it. And
Yeah, that whole city just explodes with life during Oktoberfest. Live music and costumes. And, I think it's been tricky at times to maybe be proud to be German because of, what's gone on in their history. But Oktoberfest is a time where German people are like, this is a great country and it's a fantastic festival.
it's one of my favourite countries. It's a country when I first started going that I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to go to Germany. But it's now became a place that I think I could live there. It's a place that I could, I like their style of living, all the different cities, from Berlin and the east
Berlin's
and the
amazing.
west. It's just, it's a great place.
Yeah, the music coming out of Berlin and the street art and the food. Yeah, it's a brilliant city, Berlin.
Yep.
Lovely.
Great stuff. Thank you very much for that. And remember, if you want to send in a voicemail to ask a question or anything, it's speakpipe.com/The Friendship Onion.
Yes, and also if you'd like to send your fan art, we
Fan
might
art.
still have fan art. We might still have time for you to send fan art, and at some point in the not too distant future, we'll open it up, and it'll be an incredible thing.
Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Billy,
What is it, Dom?
Rob's here.
Where?
He's right there. He's to
On
your
my
left.
left.
Yeah, I've been here, man.
Lovely,
you
Rob.
been here
Clark.
the
I've
whole
been here the
time?
whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
How's it
Did you
going?
hear us doing all that stuff there?
Yeah. I heard you
Sorry
guys
about
the
that.
whole time.
That's
Ve-
brilliant.
Very self-indulgent.
Crime
that
doesn't
stuff.
pay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need to change our behaviour.
Well, it's great to meet you. I've never met you.
I know, right? Yeah,
He
it's great
has.
to meet you.
Yeah.
He has.
We have an interesting story about getting to know each other because I got to know you through your wife.
That's right.
Who, I'll make this story very short, but I was in Australia working on an X-Men film with Hugh Jackman, and the lovely
No big
cast,
deal.
the lovely dialect coach on that said to me, "Hey, if you want to like practice your American accent, let me know." So I spent like a few sessions with him, and he was excellent.
Yeah.
And then when I came out to LA, I was doing a film called The Day, and I reached out to him and said, "I really need a dialect coach as good as you." And he said, "You have to go work with Sandy Corddry, who's the best."
So great.
Yeah.
He was her agent almost
Wow.
for the longest time.
Wow.
He would just if he's often busy with Hugh Jackman, so he would give Sandy customers, and it was great. She doesn't do it that much anymore. I'm sure she'd do it for you if you had to bang out a
an accent.
Midwestern.
Right. So we did, I think, probably, 4 or 6 sessions or something like that. And then at one point, while we were just chit-chatting, she mentioned, "Well, Rob and Children's Hospital." And I was like, "Oh, Children's Hospital, I love that show. Who's Rob?"
Oh,
She
that's
went,
right.
And she went, "Rob, my husband." And I went, "Oh, your husband's in Children's Hospital." And she went, "Rob is the clown, the creator of Children's Hospital." I was like, "Oh my God," kind of starstruck. And then within a month or so, I want to say,
You were on Children's
you'd written
Hospital,
the
right?
British version.
Yeah. I think that might have even been that episode largely inspired by getting to know you.
A Brit,
like,
right.
I got a Brit.
Right.
All we need is like 6 more Brits.
Yeah.
One
And
down.
what happens in the episode? It becomes English all of a sudden.
Yeah. A little boy gets trapped in a
it's
box.
The you know how it was at a time when a lot of them successful American television were adaptations of British shows in the vein of like The Office,
Right, yeah.
right? So, and there was a couple of them running. So we decided to do it the opposite way. Like we were an American show that the Brits decided to do their version of.
Brilliant.
And it was called The Hospital for Children, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was excellent. It's still one of my favorite episodes.
It's great. The lovely Frances Farmer was in there.
Yes.
And again, I was a little bit starstruck
She's
because
amazing.
she was in Titanic, so I talked to her off about Titanic. But what a show. I mean, I was watching Children's Hospital the other night knowing you were coming in. I love the fact that right from the start you were doing previously on Children's Hospital, and there wasn't a previously on Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
The anarchy in that show is
I don't know
brilliant.
why we started doing that. It's so funny because, you know why? It's just because Children's Hospital, basically, there is a story to it. And sometimes we challenge ourselves and do like 5 stories rolling at once. But it's really just a joke machine gun. Like the plot is an engine for jokes, not vice versa.
Yeah.
And so that was just a way to just have a couple one-off jokes.
Right,
Like this doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just a sort of satire of previously on things. And also, I think, you know what? I must have been inspired by Arrested Development because they did the next week on Arrested Development, and it wasn't anything that was going to be next week. So we just did that reverse, basically. So it's like half a ripoff.
Well, so we're gonna what Billy and I love doing on this show is we love trying to find out the origins of people's stories because maybe there's someone out there watching or listening that thinks, oh, I'm kind of on that path as well. So we'd love to get into that with you, Rob. But just for a moment there, specifically talking about Children's Hospital, where did that clown come from? What is that about?
The clown, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I thought like that you know what? I know a guy. It must have been from my friend Rob, who I was in Boy Scouts with growing up. And he went to clown college. There is a college, Ringling Brothers Clown College.
Wow.
And he became the regional Ronald McDonald. So that was like the gig, man.
Right, yeah.
He had hit the big time. And then he quit that when he or lost that or whatever, that ended, and he started just being a clown in hospitals, going over to hospitals and making really sick children laugh.
Right, yeah.
And I thought that was beautiful until I decided to make fun of it. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be funny if there was a clown in a hospital who was probably the least funny person there, who is the most serious,
scary,
kind of like had his head up his ass.
Yeah.
a little bit more than everybody else did, because that was sort of the point.
Yeah.
But well, I guess it's scary. People say, I think people kind of get off on saying they're afraid of clowns. I know there are some people that are legitimately afraid of clowns.
Yeah. But you are covered in blood a lot. The clown
Oh,
specifically is covered in blood.
So that was part of his clown costume.
Brilliant.
Because he's a city clown. You see, we had this whole mythology behind the clowns. Right. It was a separate race or even species altogether. I can't even tell you if their internal organs were the same as ours, because and every once in a while in the background, you would see some of the background extras. They were clowns,
right?
And they were they were a minority in society, so they were looked down upon. They weren't treated well. There was separate bathrooms at one point on Children's when it was convenient for us, and then there was two types of clowns: city clowns and circus clowns. You know, city clowns are sort of the snobby ones, and that's what he was trying to pass. You know, and so this is we had a whole story in our heads. I don't know if that ever translated. People just go, "Oh, Patch Adams, right?"
Yeah.
Like, no, not at all. Never saw it. Don't care about it. Heard it was terrible.
And was all that stuff already there when you came up with the show, or was that something that kind of, you know, as it went on, you're like, oh, it'd be really funny.
Clown?
Yeah. Like the history of the clowns.
Yeah.
And
No, the back, because I'm kind of a geek about that stuff.
Right.
You know, I get way too into that kind of thing, sometimes to the detriment of the show itself.
Yeah.
And I, from the very beginning, we had background extras as clowns. And there would be sometimes a nurse who's a clown, and but just scattered, you know, only here and there. And I didn't want to hit it too hard. Like, we've only had out of 7 seasons of episodes, probably 2 or 3 clown-centric episodes. I just wanted it just to be an accepted thing nobody really mentions until it's relevant. And that's when it was its most successful. But it was I just have so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I love mythology.
And it had some of the best posters, like billboard posters for a show.
That's the thing. It's like, people think I was the lead of Children's Hospital. I mean, I created the show, but I was, because I'm producing and sometimes directing the show, I'm not, I hated acting on it.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. It was too much time away from writing or whatever. And so I'm probably, compared to the other main characters, a more minor character. But it's just an eye-catching thing on posters. So of course you're going to have the clown front and center.
Yeah.
You'd be stupid not to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back. Maybe we'll go back to the origins of Children's Hospital, but let's go back to like how stuff all began for you in terms of being in this business. Like when you were a kid, were you always wanting to be an actor?
No, I wanted to be a writer. I come from this small suburb of Boston, and I don't know what it was like for you guys, but in a just normal blue collar, middle class town, being an actor is just not a thing. You know, it was never, we watched them and somebody must be doing it, but it was never, I was told I could be president someday, but never an actor. And it was not until my senior year of high school, when all the guys in the theater group, high school theater group, had graduated, that I started doing plays. Just because I hated those guys. At the time, they're nice guys. I actually know some of them now, but like, I don't know. It was a girl thing. Yeah. And I started doing plays, and I was told that I was good. So, and when I got into college, I told a roommate that I did that. And one day he came home, I think I was a sophomore in college. He came home and he was like, "Hey, I signed us up for Torch Song Trilogy auditions." And I was like, "Great, what's an audition?" You know?
Yeah.
And we got it. And it never ended. Then I was just like, I was on the road.
Right.
And it wasn't till when I graduated, I had conference with my acting teacher, like the guru. Everybody has their guru, you know. This was mine, Ed Golden at UMass. And he said, and I'm doing a perfect Ed Golden impersonation right
Okay.
now. And he goes, so do you think you want to do this for a job? And I was like, yeah, I think I want to do it. He was like, yeah, you can.
Oh, great.
So it's like
Good.
I had
Check.
permission, and that was it. And so then once I am focused on something, I just put my nose down, and that's the main focus.
Right.
So were you at university near Boston then?
It's like 2 hours outside of Boston. It's
Right.
sort of in the country.
And were you studying theater or English or?
I was studying English, and I took on theater as a double major halfway through college, but only I had no plans on finishing the major. It was only so I could get into the acting classes.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
so it was sort of a scam, and I kind of regret that now.
And what were the kind of standout productions that you were in that you thought, oh, this is like, I'm really enjoying this?
Well, Shakespeare. I was big into. I discovered Shakespeare. I was cast in Romeo and Juliet. I played Paris in college and community productions around my college. I played Paris 3 times. So I had hair. There was a one time I'd make a perfect Paris. It's a part. It's a tiny part. And then I did a couple more Shakespeare. And then I started focusing my English major on drama, on English drama, like modern and classic. Shakespeare, Tom Stoppard, you know, Pinter. I don't know if Pinter's English, is he?
Yes, yeah.
He feels English.
Yeah.
Yes,
Doesn't he?
yeah.
All
I'm pretty
those
sure.
pauses. It's got to be English.
Come on, that's English.
Yeah.
Then so that's sort of what I latched on. I did that the first 2 years I was in New York City trying, like pounding the pavement. I just did crappy, way the fuck off Broadway plays that nobody saw. And
at that point, were you writing as well at the same time?
no, see, at that point I was auditioning. I would start auditioning for everything because I realized the one thing I wasn't good at, I wasn't confident about at least, was my auditioning skills. And because it's not something you can really learn in college. It has to be a practical thing. So I just went out on every audition possible. I got Backstage magazine, which was the way to go back then. And I went, I would go for black, handy, capable nursing student. I was like, that I'll audition for that,
Yeah.
And eventually I started to get stuff. And then I happened to get a comedy sketch group. I auditioned into a sketch group, bad sketch group. They were well-meaning. They're very nice people. And that sort of started me off on my next trajectory.
And as a kid, did you feel like you were funny? Were you the class clown?
Yeah, one of many. I think everybody in Boston thinks they're funny.
Sure.
That
blue collar thing.
Yeah. Everybody thinks like they just say things in a funny way.
Right.
Like, you kumquat is funny all
Yeah.
of a sudden, just because the way they say it. And they think they're funny and it makes it funny almost. So I didn't really know. I was told that I was funny by certain people. And then I was talking about, I think it was like my Boy Scout den, group of boys that I used to meet with once a week, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. And I was going with my mother. I said, Rob is the artsy one. And Josh is the sporty one. And Derek's the one that thinks he's funny, but he's not really that funny. And my mother said, well, what are you? And I said, well, they say I'm the funny one. They say I think I'm funny. And she goes, yeah, you do think you're funny. So I don't know. I still don't know if I was funny. I've seen home movies and I looked like a pretty serious kid. I think there was a little of both.
And then the Daily Show thing How did that happen? Was that based on the comedy troupe that you were in?
Sort of. I wrote this sketch for the comedy troupe where I was doing a bunch of voices and characters in it, and that attracted a voiceover casting agent. So that was my first foray into the business, and she used to bring me in on radio ad auditions, and I started getting some, and then what was the question?
How did it come about with the Daily Show?
With the Daily
Jon
Show,
Stewart?
yeah. So I was then in the UCB. I was in the UCB, and I think they saw me there. They saw Ed Helms and I there, and we and then it just so happened that the same casting director was casting the Daily Show. So she called me in. I don't know if they had called me or she just said, "Hey, why don't you get in on this?" And I knew I was a huge fan already, even from like the Craig Kilborn days. And I knew I could do that.
Yeah.
And so I never practiced more for an audition than I did for the Daily Show. I even like took my sides and I pasted them up on the wall. So I was pretending it was a teleprompter in a way. And I was, making big choices and stuff. And I got all the way up to John. There's an audition with John at the desk. And it was the first audition I can honestly say I had a blast on. Like I just had a blast doing it.
He was very kind of collaborative to work with.
He's also like easy with the laughs. Right. He doesn't hold back. He's not Lorne Michaels. He doesn't laugh on purpose. He's like, he makes you feel good. Right. He makes you feel wanted. Right. So it was just, I felt like from the minute they said, "Hey, what do I want to come in for this?" that it was right for me.
Very cool.
So that was
How long
lucky.
was that for?
I was on that show for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
But was that New York still?
Yeah.
And when you're watching someone like Jon Stewart for 4 years at such a close range, is it because you've been lucky enough to work with like Dwayne Johnson, who again is another one at the
one of our very important
game.
joke writers,
yeah,
comedians.
But like, I mean, the correlation between those two is like they were both for a long time there, just absolutely smashing in their particular field. Is there anything that you saw similarities between those two people of like, well, this is why they're both hugely successful?
My gut reaction is no, not a thing, except for maybe their work ethic. They set themselves up to succeed. John came into the show and he had already he was a wake of failed shows behind him, and this was sort of his last thing. And he got in there, and he really, with great effort, kind of changed the show into what he thought it could be. And so he made it into something that he knew he could thrive in. And Dwayne, like, he's very loyal. He has, of course, he has his team of people that are with him. He has a hair person. She's lovely.
What does she do?
She swipes sweat off his head.
Just buffs his forehead.
Yeah, maybe she, like shaves a errant patch here and there. Yeah. But he's got his team is always with him. So I think he has set himself up in a position where he feels supported and can just do what he does. And they're both. I wouldn't say John. John, they're good with people. Dwayne, you get the feeling that he enjoys people.
Right.
Jon Stewart's a comedian.
Right.
He enjoys people as much as any comedian does, which is to say he'd rather be alone.
Right.
But
comedians are.
But he's good. He can connect. They know how to connect. In a way that's sort of elusive. That I can't really explain, I guess.
Did you ever hang out in Dwayne's gym? The portable gym?
Yeah. Oh, what? The Iron Paradise?
Yeah.
Only on leg day.
Right.
Yeah, going out on leg day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to work hard.
Sure.
No.
You can see that.
When I got cast to that show, I was afraid. I was like, Sandy, what if he wants to work out with me?
What if he's like once a week?
And she just laughed at me like, He's not gonna want to work out with you, dude.
He might lift you. He might bench you.
He might work out with you.
Yeah.
But no, he's no interest in that. That's his time.
Watching him on Instagram do his workouts is just extraordinary. Man.
It's insane. He sells it too, man. He really sells it. He really wants to. I feel like getting into the gym when I'm watching him.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah. No, he goes all out for everything. Like,
try a little harder with me.
The energy drink that he promotes, the Toa thing, is that what it's called? Toa? And then he has his
I heard
he has his
like
Terramina
tequila.
Everything that he associates himself with, he is 110% involved. Like he's all over it.
Absolutely.
I got crazy respect for that guy. I've been trying to get Billy for years now.
To shave his head.
I'll do it.
To watch my all-time favorite TV show, which is the Larry Sanders Show. And I think Jon Stewart in that is amazing.
He's great in that.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Because he's playing that very delicate role of, clearly they're trying to usher him in to replace Larry, but he also kind of likes Larry. So he's kind of like, hey, bud. And Larry's obviously super threatened by him. Do you ever spend any time with Gary Shandling?
Never had a chance to meet him.
Amazing.
Yeah, have you?
Never.
Because I hear, he was a really special dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Apatow documentary about him is
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's great. The Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling.
Yeah, which is like he was a big Buddhist and really together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to see that.
I'm interested in with all these shows, the kind of American shows like that. Is it always a writing room? Is there always
always going and always writing?
Yeah, always like you were like the British, like The Office or that would be two guys writing it and they've written it and that's it. They go in and make it, and then this American thing, which I think is great for that fast comedy, like you were saying, like machine gun gags.
Yeah,
like it'd be almost I would be stressed out my mind to have to go in and do a show like that if I'm writing it.
It's tough.
Does the room make it easier?
Well, on Children's Hospital, we started using we used to just farm out episodes for people to write, and I would write a lot, and the other producers would write a lot, and we got a writer's room, I think, after season 5. And
season 5?
Yeah, it was just like the last 2 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, we had a writer's room. And it was great. You see why it works. And you don't have to, you can count on things being worked on that you don't have to be there working on them while you're shooting the show. But yeah, it is a constant machine. You know, when you have a writer's room, you're committing sort of to that sort of, and I think it's also like it keeps you busy, at least for me as a producer and writer and actor. It keeps me busy. It makes me, that saying, like, if you want something done, always just ask a busy person.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I can do anything when I'm going like that.
And is that what the writing room is like?
Yeah, that's what it feels like for me.
And did the Daily Show have that as well?
Yeah, they had, oh my God. So the Daily Show writer's room was about 15 of the smartest, funniest people you've ever, man.
They're
so
working,
intimidating.
They're going kind of minute to minute sometimes,
all
right?
the time.
Because the news is changing.
Always going. And then at one point when I was there, they were writing the book at the same time. So they were like burning the candle on both ends. And they were super smart, super funny, intimidatingly funny.
Yeah.
That's when I actually realized, like, because I was always worried that I'm of average intelligence. I was always worried that people would think I'm dumb.
Right.
So I think I sometimes tried too hard to appear smart.
Right.
And that's where I learned to relax, because it's actually, there's some strength and some power in surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you. And being okay with that, not being the smartest guy in the room. And just now I just assume I'm not the smartest guy in the room. So it's it frees you up to ask questions, it changed me in a lot of different ways.
So with a topical show like The Daily Show, obviously they have to stay current to what's going on. At what point in the day would you have to cut it off and say, we can't talk about that?
Right before taping. And it's like, it's like, and I'm talking like taping would sometimes be delayed because the whole show gets written, and I don't know their entire process. I know they get together and they're pitching stories, and they're like, this, I got one story. All right, we're going to do that for the day. These two guys on this, these two guys on this, these two guys on this. And they'll just be working all day on it, writing, rewriting. They get together with John again in the middle of the day. He'll go over it, give notes. They'll get back, rewrite it, and rewrite it again. And then at rehearsal, we do it, and we'll add things maybe. And then between rehearsal and the show, he'll call the writers of the piece into the room. And if there's a correspondent involved, the correspondent as well. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, that piece that they're giving notes on will get completely rewritten before air. Wow. Before tape rather. And it's fascinating to watch. Yeah. I liked being just one of the cogs in the machine there and not the main guy. That job would, I mean, it's why he retired. It's like it killed him. Yeah. He got gray so early.
Did you see that? Could you see the pressure?
Oh, well,
did he handle it well? Yeah.
I don't know about the I don't know if it was pressure. I think it was like his just life was all this. Right. He had kids and a wife, and I was on the show as a guest on the couch a couple months. It was right after he announced his retirement, so he still had a couple months to go. Yeah, right. And he came into the makeup room when I was getting my makeup on and sat down, and he goes, "Rob, you're married. You have kids, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, and you take them. You get up, and you take them to school. You walk them to school." And I'm like, "Yeah, walk them to school." And you get them at the end of the day. And then you can go home. You go home and you have dinner with them, and basically you see the sun at the beginning of the day and you see the sun at the end of the day. I was like, yeah, I see it all through the day. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. What is that like? So he was so ready. Right. He was so ready.
Living for the job.
Man, I can't imagine doing that job.
Yeah, that's hectic. And we don't seem to know a lot about Jon Stewart, right? Like Leno was kind of the car guy and Letterman was like the cigar guy. What did we know? What was Jon Stewart's thing?
I don't know. I don't know if he's got a thing.
Outside of work.
I think just I don't know if there is. I don't know. I'm sure there is. Oh, wait, I know he drums.
Oh, he's a drummer.
He's a drummer.
He's a drum guy.
And I think that may have started after he retired from The Daily Show. Like he took up drums.
Wow.
And from what the few conversations I've had with him afterwards, it seems to me like he's pouring as much energy into the drums as he did into The Daily Show. Right. You know what I mean? Like he's just that kind of guy. Wow. He's just that. When he was a stand-up, he just did stand-up and did it, And
he's done some directing, right?
He's done so. He likes directing. Yeah, he writes movies and directs them. And I don't know what his other things are. Yeah. I don't know if besides drumming, I don't know if he has hobbies. I know he's got his farm.
Oh, he has a farm.
Yeah, he's got a farm. He rescues farm animals. So he has cows on that farm. He told me, he said, cows can grow. I go, yeah, I know.
I know cows. Yeah,
I know them. Not personally. I'm not going to talk about them behind their back, but I know them. He said, cows, if you let them age, which we don't, they can be the size of like baby elephants. Damn. They're huge. So he's really into that whole thing.
Huge cows.
Yeah. He's into big cows. That's his hobby. Isn't? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Let's see how big these get.
Exactly.
Oh, well, that's a good thing to do with your money. Have a whole bunch of land. Yeah. And you're helping out like older farm animals that,
farm animals that are just going to be slaughtered, I guess. And I don't know how he gets them, but... And he also has his big cause is the vets and 9/11 survivors, people that were working at the site.
That was great.
Lots of fire brigade stuff, right?
That really turned the show around. I mean, not even around. The show was great before, but that really, George Bush was very good to us as a president.
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good
yeah.
for comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of those presidents are, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
They
yeah.
make it easy sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been very supportive of
9/11 was
Fire Brigade,
fantastic for us.
Oh, God. So how do you go from that to writing your own show? And like how...
Yeah, how long was Children's Hospital floating around your head?
I think it was probably a year. I came here because I moved to LA when I got a sitcom, like a multi-camera sitcom. It was Seth MacFarlane's first live action show called The Winner, which in retrospect was a stupid thing to name a show. Because the critics are already like,
Yeah, we're ready for that.
yeah, even if it sucks a little bit, I'm gonna call it a loser. That only made it 6 episodes. It was about a shut-in played by myself, whose best friend is a 14-year-old boy, and I think Fox realized at about 4 or 5 episodes in that they were potentially writing a show about a pedophile.
Oh dear.
So that was gone. And then the writer's strike happened and I was poor as hell. Like I had a new baby. I lived in a new city. I had no job, no prospects of even getting a job in the near future because it was the strike. And so what I did was I just spent my time learning how to be productive.
Yeah.
For when the time came. Like, how do you organize your thoughts and how do you get things done? And I found different ways that different like methods of getting things done. And I got my brain in order. And I felt like once my brain was in order, then my mind was sort of free to have ideas. Ideas would just start popping up. And web series were a big thing back then. So at first, the first season of Children's Hospital was a web series. My daughter, when they were young, they have this thing called Handmaid's Elbow, I believe, and it's a ligament comes out of place,
Right.
and it hurts them really bad, and they get frozen, like their arm gets frozen.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. So we brought them to the hospital, and it was fine, of course. But I was sitting there in Children's Hospital in LA, and it was nuts there, man. Scared parents, and there was literally a life flight pilot with a whole team pushing a stretcher in, like yelling "stat" like on TV. It reminded me of TV.
Yeah.
So I think that's what got my brain going. And I remember like the stretcher, the gurney was smaller than regular gurneys, and the IV bag was smaller, and everything was smaller, and that really destroyed me. And I said to myself while I was in there, like, this is the least funny place I've ever been in my life. And then as we were pulling up to my house, home from the hospital, I said to Sandy, like, do you think this is a good idea? Like, I just, on the way home, I had come up with this idea for Children's Hospital. Like, the most all the sexual politics of a hospital drama, but in a children's hospital where it's the most inappropriate place for it.
Yeah. It really walked that razor's edge of what you can and can't do on TV.
Oh, well, yeah. Now, I mean, watch it again. I cringe at some of the stuff we were doing. We were like right on the edge there where we just made it.
Yeah, I watched the pilot episode last night, the night before last, and at the end of that, there's a little talking heads with you where you talk about your babysitter. And I was like, there's no way you
I'd do that.
Oh, really?
I think I'd do that joke.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite jokes ever.
That's brilliant.
It's not even in Children's Hospital, and it's one of my favorite bits we've ever done.
Yeah, your performance of that is amazing. But I was watching it and I was like, oh my God.
I just love, like, in real time, watching somebody realize something, like, massive about themselves.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
But what did you mean? Like you learned how to put your head in the right space. Like what were you doing? Were you reading books on it?
Yeah, websites, like everybody's got there's a whole little weird corner of the internet devoted to being productive. And I stumbled upon this system called Get Things Done, GTD.
Right.
And and this one dude, Merlin Mann, who had sort of modernized it for the sort of digital age and how to use your phone and always have an inbox, basically. So if you're walking down the street and you have an idea or you've realized you have to do something and you say, I'll remember it, you might remember it, but for sure it's going to be adding a level of stress that you're probably not even aware of.
Right, yeah.
So if you just get it out of your head and get it down, and then there's a boring way to organize it and everything when you get everything into one place. But and it's also inbox zero is a big thing. I have right now I have probably 5 unread, however many unread emails and that I've how many ever emails I've gotten since I've been here. As a number of emails in my inbox,
You never have 300 emails.
No.
Right.
I always claim it. Billy's got 135 unread emails.
Delete them.
Can't.
Delete them. Yeah, you can.
Might be something interesting.
I deleted so much.
What if there's a thing about big cows in there?
Yeah, I probably deleted something about big cows. I'm sure there's a treasure of nonsense I'd be interested in.
Right.
Gone.
So that's interesting though. So
yeah, start
you
from zero,
weren't
man.
working and you just thought I'm going
to work on working.
And you didn't think first thing is I'm going to write something. You just thought I'm going to work out how you work
in the right headspace.
I wasn't even saying that wasn't even the goal of maybe that will help me. I found this system and I realized, this will actually free up my brain for ideas for whatever, whether it's writing or anything. And it did. It really worked.
I love that.
Interesting though.
I do. So I do a version of that, which I didn't even realize is kind of similar to what you did. But I always say to my friends, and I do it all the time, if they're having a busy time in their life or something's going on, I always say, make a list. Have you written down the list,
man?
Get it out of your brain and onto a piece of paper, because then you won't need to, like you said, worry about the fact that you've lost it in your brain. It's definitely on that piece of paper.
And it's the added benefit of already having felt like you've done something by writing it down.
Right.
So it actually gives you a boost to make a list.
Yeah.
And everybody likes to make a list, but there are list people, and I was one of them. So this really spoke to me, this whole thing.
And then the other one, which I'm sure you've done, Rob, if you don't have any unread emails, because I don't either, is if you go into your little search box at the top of your emails and write unsubscribe, it will bring up everything that you can unsubscribe from, which is brilliant.
That's good. No, I didn't know
That's
that
a great
trick.
one. So put in unsubscribe, and then any opportunity for you to unsubscribe, it'll show up in your inbox.
That's smart, because I do. That's one thing I do get on. I'll go on a unsubscribe spree for a couple days, and then I'm cool for a while. But then it always builds up again.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do another one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'll do one later.
Billy and Dom eat the world.
Well, should we eat the world, William?
Yeah. Shall we? This is our favourite part of the show. Rob.
Regular feature of the show where we eat.
This is
snacks.
adventure.
Should we talk about what you wanted us to eat, which I think's quite interesting?
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
So what was the first thing I said?
Well,
chicken's feet.
Wasn't there something before that too?
Oh, was there even
that
worse
you were
than
like,
that?
shut up. We're not doing that.
Wait, but didn't
What
one
was
of
it?
your kids
Chicken
say silkworms?
Yeah.
So
Marlo, my youngest,
we nixed that.
daughter is she's cool because she eats bugs.
Oh.
She'll eat bugs and chocolate or
Right.
lollipops,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
things
yeah.
you get in a gift store.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not into that.
But then you settled on, or we settled on, tripe.
Yeah, because chicken feet is something I've always been curious about, but never thought to order it in when I go to a Mexican restaurant or something, because if I hate it, and there's a chance I'm going to hate it.
How much meat is on that foot as well,
right?
isn't it?
I'm gonna, so it's gonna be a whole waste of a dish there, and so I've never tried it. But so then we landed on tripe.
Have you had tripe?
Yeah.
What did you think?
So I had tripe when I was a kid. Have you had tripe?
I had it as a kid as well.
Yeah.
Do they have it in Boston? How do they cook it?
No, my dad, they didn't really have it in Boston. My
Right.
dad, I was a very adventurous eater when I was young. I used to like weird things. I used to try everything.
Right.
And my dad got such a kick out of it. And so it was like a point of pride for me. And so he found this restaurant in New Hampshire that their specialty was tripe. It was like in a tomato sauce or something. And I was like, great, let's go. And I went there and I took one bite of it. It's the lining of cows' stomachs or intestines. And it's exactly what it tastes like. It's disgusting. It tastes like what it sounds. Tripe. And
we ate it like
Horrible.
growing up
big
in Scotland.
isn't it?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a Scotland thing.
Right?
Yeah.
And they cook it in milk and butter and with
butter, what the
potatoes and onions.
come on.
And it's actually the flavor of the actual thing is lovely until you have to bite into
Yeah,
the
you
tripe.
have to touch it with your mouth.
The tripe is it's like rubber. It's a weird. Well, we didn't find it, so I don't even know why we're talking about it.
Our
Because
incredible
Johnny
producer
Clues,
Johnny went to a few
went
different
all
places.
over. He went to
Sorry, Johnny.
butchers, been
find it.
everywhere, weird restaurants, couldn't get it anywhere.
Well,
So-
good.
But you found a packet of chips that were half open.
Yeah, so you guys have a bucket. You guys have a bucket of garbage over there.
Yeah.
Half of the stuff is edible. First of all, there's like a light bulb in there.
Yeah.
And I found, and it was all stuff that I've had before. And one thing that was weird, like there were like blue potato chips or blue flavored potato.
yeah.
They were flavored blue.
Yeah.
And then I found these. These are ruffled, all dressed potato chips.
So what does all dress mean? Or every flavor you can
I
think of?
think I'm fairly sure that it's kind of brilliant in a way. They just take the leftover dust from all their other chips and they put it on this chip.
Mm.
And you can only really get them in Canada. They're a big Canadian thing.
Right.
And I remember for some reason seeing them a lot in New Orleans. And you guys happen to have some. Now, of course, this bag,
It's half open.
it's
It's
we pulled the
been
bag out.
opened.
We settled on the bag, and then we noticed that it's white. It's been the bottom of the bag has been taped up.
yeah.
And it
strange.
almost looks like surgical tape or something. It's a white
It's like
tape.
white
It's not
gaffer's
good.
tape.
I think we open it up and let's have a look inside.
And I would say,
I think it's a worry,
I'm kind
to
of
be honest,
touched
Rob.
that you're worried.
Well,
To be honest,
and it's sounding worse than the tripe. It's all flavors, dust that's left,
oh,
and
no.
someone's already opened it.
Rob's a fan.
Oh, it's beautiful. No, they're
Really?
the best. They're the best.
Really?
Huh?
Are they
Hold
fresh?
on, we don't have a plate already.
Crunchy?
They're great.
Are
Okay.
you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Should we get little plates so we can have a few
Here
each?
comes John.
And did you get these in Canada for the first time? I mean,
Yeah,
were you
just
making?
working in Canada.
What were you making when you first had a ruffle all flavor?
All dressed.
What was I shooting?
Yeah, what were you doing? Were you traveling back in time in a hot
I
tub?
think I was, man. Yeah, because
Was
that
it?
shot in Vancouver, so I
Yeah.
think it might have been Hot Tub. Yeah.
That was a fun movie.
Oh,
man.
thanks, man.
That was so funny.
John, we're going
Was
to
it
need
fun
to
to make?
rely on you for some info because we don't have any about Ruffles. I'm sure you can help us out.
Because it is kind of just everything. But
Is it?
No,
To
you're
me-
gonna. I don't know what the hesitation is. It's
Billy's-
Do you like flavored chips?
But I don't like the idea that it's like an afterthought, and I don't like the idea someone's opened it.
You want there to be more focus
Yeah,
and fresher.
I want it fresher.
you
I
wanna
don't want
be-
somebody else's fingers being
You
on
wanna
them
be-
before me.
Yeah. Oh no, there's been fingers on
There's
it.
definitely been fingers.
Well, it adds to it.
Well,
Hold
let's
on.
Let's give it a little taste.
It adds to the dust.
Oh,
Now that's a tangy chip.
quite good actually, Bills.
Got
Yeah.
a lot of barbecue in there.
A lot of barbecue. I think every chip is a little different too. Sometimes you can taste the sour cream.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the cheddar and onion.
Mm-hmm.
The tomato.
Oh, there's tomato as
Well,
well.
there's ketchup,
There's a
potato
little
chips.
ketchup in there.
It's complicated.
There's a lot of ketchup. I taste the ketchup a lot.
Is
And
it
depth
only
to it.
Ruffles that are allowed to do an all dress?
No,
they
I-
kind of copyright.
I don't think so. No, I think it's just a type of chip, like sour cream and onion.
I don't think they're as fresh as they should be.
No,
It could
maybe
be
not.
crunchy. Yeah. Would this be one of the chip flavors that do you keep chips in your house, or you're no chip family?
Not usually. I mean, I don't. Sandy does the shopping, so we have. Yeah. So
I tend to subscribe to the idea that if you bring it into your house, 100% you're going to eat it. So
Yes,
best
yeah.
to have none of the bullshit.
Yeah, we have
there.
like some what are they tortilla chips often. Just those are it's about as plain tortilla chips.
Well, they're nice. I like these chips. John,
They're good,
any
right?
info?
Yeah, I got
There we
some.
go.
I have
Let's see
some.
Wait till you hear this.
Let's hear this.
This is
Go on,
this-
John.
This is quite interesting.
Oh, okay. John.
It's a flavor of mixture of ketchup, barbecue sauce, salt, and vinegar. It was originated in Canada. This is
Yeah.
where it came from. Now, funny enough, Syracuse, New York potato chip maker Terrell's began selling all dressed chips under the name Syracuse style, which is interesting because my wife is from upstate New York, and they have everything buffalo wings, which
Wow.
is all the sauces.
buffalo
It's the
wings.
best. I know it
my
sounds
sauce.
weird, but they mix all the sauces and then just glob it all over these, and
love
it's my
that.
favorite.
Life's too short.
But that's about as interesting as it gets. I'm sorry, I'm still.
Well, that's
looking.
all right.
Well, it's a
That's all
tasty
right,
chip.
John.
It's a
That's
tasty chip.
So okay, so
You totally
no,
called it with the tomato ketchup.
no cheddar and onion, no sour cream and onion in there.
No, I think
But
you
the
were
salt
right.
and vinegar,
Barbecue.
and the barbecue for
Tomato
sure.
ketchup.
You've obviously got a very complicated palate, Romney.
I'm actually really stuffed up right now, so I just tasted a hint. I only felt half the power of those chips, but that's a good chip.
They're
man.
actually quite interesting.
Ruffles does a great job. I mean,
I tell you what, we always mark them. We give them scores.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Three
Not
categories.
only
Rob.
there's three categories.
Oh,
Flavor, of course, for number one.
okay.
Then aesthetics. How does it look?
Yeah.
3, how useful is it?
Okay.
Good.
How useful is a food?
How useful is,
sure.
is that? Like, what would you do? Like, if someone came to your house
Oh God, Billy.
and you went into your cupboard and they said, "I'm hungry," and all you had was a bag of
Oh, I
these,
see. No.
a bag of
Okay.
flour,
Eggs.
some eggs,
It says the same thing every week. Bottle of ketchup.
bottle of ketchup,
Yeah.
chocolate chips.
What
I mean,
else?
what would you do?
What? Yeah. I
You know what I mean?
You'd open them, but I think it might be weird.
Yeah, it'd be a tough
I
one.
think it's kind of low on everything but the taste scale, right?
Well,
let's go
see.
taste first then. Out of 10, and you can have decimal points.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's a 10? I mean, I'm so
I mean,
bad
for me,
at
a 10 was like the 10. I've only done two
He's only
10s
done
in
two
this
10s.
entire podcast.
Okay.
And I've never done a 10.
A pint of Guinness got a 10 for me.
Okay.
Just the flavour. And
Yeah.
have you had Marmite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with Marmite.
If
so.
you like Marmite, then yeah, sure, that's a 10 on the. It's.
Absolute
I'm
10.
not a. That's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
It's an acquired taste.
It sure is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Billy's not giving one
I-
anything a 10.
can you
I've
go
never
first?
given
Go
it.
first.
Yeah,
we'll go
hold
first.
on.
I can't think.
Because that's an interesting flavour, that. And see, when you started listing them, I found it even more interesting.
I think you've been
Because it
tickled by it.
It was in my mouth,
It was.
and you were saying tomato, and I could taste it. Barbecue, I could taste
Yeah.
it. Salt and vinegar, I could taste it.
Mhm.
So it's an interesting thing.
It's
So I'm going to
complex.
give it. I'm going to give it a for flavour. I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When this initially started, you were quite dismissive and snobby about the.
It was
all
mainly
dress.
because of the surgical tape round the
Oh,
bottom. I'm a bit worried about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
It was
still
good.
worried about
I
that.
love your capacity to change.
Yeah, I love
Good
that.
for
I
you,
know.
Bills. I liked it too. I'll give it an 8 because
Well,
it
that's
didn't
all right.
blow me away, but it was good. I'd like
Yeah.
it with maybe some ranch.
Yeah,
little
I
ranch.
think
You want to put more flavour on
just
it?
to chill out the flavor, like
Yeah.
dumb it down.
I would probably give it an 8 as well. Maybe an 8. I'll give it an 8.1, just
Right,
a little bit
up,
higher than an 8
Yeah.
because it's fantastic, but it's still at the end of the day a chip.
Yeah,
It's still a chip.
It's just still a chip. And when he started listing off what wasn't in the chip,
Yeah.
all the powder I thought I was eating, I sort of tasted. I could see the seams in it. I could
Okay.
see the like.
Well, you don't like.
I don't
wouldn't
now.
like
Now that we know how the sausage is made,
No.
Yeah.
it's kind of maybe it's lost a little bit of its luster.
Mhm.
I
for me.
definitely don't want to know how they were made.
No. No.
Definitely not.
all that powder all thrown in
Somebody
there.
sweeping it up off the. Yeah, we'll just throw that in.
I'm
with
sure
those chips.
everything's above board.
Yeah.
And then they're
I'm sure
like,
it's
with
fine.
the machine that seals the bag is broken. Just get
So
some
just get
surgical
some tape.
That will be
Get
fine.
tape, it'll be all
They
right.
won't notice the difference. Well, category 2, aesthetic.
Aesthetic, how does it
A
look?
lot-
Well, it looks like a chip, doesn't it?
Yeah, for a
it's-
chip?
but Billy, it's ruffled.
It's
Keep that in
ruffled,
mind. It's
but
ruffled.
also I don't like the shade. I don't like the color that.
you
Yeah,
not?
me either.
Like piss orange, I would call that.
It's orange,
It's not
yeah.
consistent either. It's pretty blotchy.
No, it's not. No, I can't. It's
Yeah.
it's a 3.5.
It'd be under.
I like the ruffle. I like
Do
the
you?
ruffle. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
not
say.
great.
I was going to say 4 as well.
Okay,
Four.
4. And then Billy's favourite category.
That's my favourite.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
How useful. If I had, like, say I was making a soup, would I sprinkle this on it?
Oh, like a little crouton.
Say I was making, say, a pie, a
All right.
shepherd's pie.
You could put it in a sandwich.
Yeah, I was
Could
going
be-
to say it's
oh,
nice
A
in a
ham and
sandwich.
cheese sandwich.
Lovely.
With mayo.
Nice in a
With
sandwich.
all those flavours.
All right. So that
Nice in a sandwich. What about could you smash it up into a dust and then maybe coat some chicken and fry that? And now you've got like
or
an all dressed
smash it up
chicken.
into a dust and then sprinkle that dust on a different chip.
And then you've got
Put on
nice.
sour cream and onion chips.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
With
dressed
some
sour cream and onion.
ranch dressing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some
Like
there's
a-
some
I
stuff.
mean, it's useful. Is it though?
Is it? I don't know how. I mean, if you think about it that way, there's not a lot you could do with them.
Yeah,
really.
have we
Even
seen
what
them?
we mentioned is not
It's
a
not
whole
great.
Shitload of things.
I think a sandwich is a good shout. You definitely put
yeah,
it in a
for sure.
sandwich.
I would use them as I think they'd be great to dip into tuna salad.
Lovely.
You know?
All right, yeah.
lovely.
I'm just trying to think of a different way. That's about it.
Yeah, it's not the most useful
No.
of Christmas.
Because
Like
all
some
the
people put-
flavour it's got there, cheese, onion,
Yeah.
barbecue, and then you're putting fish on there as well.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
put
it. I
fish
like
right
the
on
way
there.
you're thinking.
It's extreme.
Well, you know my dad used to eat chocolate ice cream with potato chips, plain potato chips, because
Interesting.
it's a salty sweet thing.
Yeah.
I never got into it, but
Yeah.
these you couldn't do that with.
No, it's too too intense.
That's too
No.
much already there.
All right, well,
I-
usefulness. It's a 2 for me.
A 2. I'll give it I'm a 4.8.
4.8.
Yeah, 4.8. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely lower than a 5, and I think lower than a 4. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Quite
Oh, I
damning
see,
at the
yeah,
end.
yeah.
there,
Wait,
wasn't it?
3.575.
Oh wow.
3.575.
Yeah,
That's
it's not quite
that sounds about right. I think
5.8. It's not quite a 3.58.
it's yeah.
It's almost.
So, well,
If
if,
you round it
if you
up.
round it up to two
Yeah. If you
decimal,
round it up.
3
If you
decimal
round
points.
up, if you round up, but I like to do everything with 3 decimal points.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't even understand decimal points. You
Well,
can only
you
have
don't
one
need to.
decimal point in a number, right?
I get
No,
it.
no,
I
you
get,
can have a lot.
Can you? You can have
can
more?
you?
No, just one decimal.
Done.
But then
Decimal, you can
have-
go all the way back, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you can't put 2 of those dots in
Oh.
the
No,
thing.
no,
If-
no.
No,
It's
then
not a
it's
real
then
number.
you're it's chaos.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I don't understand.
Don't
that.
take us down there.
No,
No, don't do that.
Well, here comes Johnny.
So I found possibly the person that sent these, and she has a question, which is basically these are called all dressed, but it's only salt and vinegar, ketchup, and barbecue. She's wondering what your all dressed flavors would be.
that's a
Oh,
great
nice.
question.
That's a
And
good
we're
one.
taking that to 3 decimal points, are we? So three
3 decimal points.
That's a-
three flavors
yeah.
you're allowed in all dressed.
All right.
Salt and vinegar,
Lovely.
jalapeno,
Oh,
because I love a spicy chip,
Mm.
and so you've got salt, you've got spice.
yeah.
I would go something like a lime chili. So now you've got a little
Oof.
bit of citrus. It's intense.
Wow,
I like
that's
my
an
intense
intense
flavors.
chip. Yeah,
That's quite good.
mine.
Yeah.
that's a crazy chip.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right. Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese chip.
I'm going to steal his jalapeno because I like a little bit
Yeah,
of spice
okay.
on there. And then, hold on.
So you've got spicy cheese.
Spicy cheese. And then I'll probably put the barbecue on there. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely,
I think
lovely.
barbecue is the great base. So,
Yeah.
but I would
Barbecue is
go.
yeah, you're
I would
right.
go those spicy barbecue chips. You know, not the like country backyard
No.
barbecue.
So
I would-
you've already
spicy,
started, right?
like Kansas City or whatever makes a spicy one. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so spicy, that's the base. I hesitate to put salt and vinegar in there because the vinegar is just really overpowering, you know?
It's going to cut through too much,
So,
is it?
but I think you might need that. So with
That's
the spicy barbecue, salt and vinegar, and sour cream and onion, just because
But that's
Okay.
intense too. It's
Yeah.
very intense flavors.
that's really I think that's a winner.
I love that.
That's good.
John, what was the name of our lovely lady that sent in that question?
It came from a few, but that message was from a Debbie P from Atlanta.
Thank you, Debbie in Atlanta.
And do you think
Great
Debbie
question, Debbie.
did she open them and then seal them with surgical tape?
Yeah, you can send bags that are unopened, I assume, right? I don't know your policy here.
I think they've been opened here.
I think you pretty much have a closed container. No?
We would rather things
say
weren't
closed,
open
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't want fingers and thumbs in there.
No, just your own.
Yeah, no.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
somebody could be.
Don't even.
Yeah, let's not even go there.
Come on, we're having
Don't even
fun.
go down there.
Well, Rob, it's been brilliant having you on. We've run out of time.
Oh, this is great.
It's great hanging out. It's lovely to see you after so long.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to get in touch, you can get in touch with us on our YouTube channel, Friendship Onion, or you can rate, review, and subscribe and leave messages and stuff. You can get hold of our merchandise at thefriendshiponionpodcast.com. Billy,
Yeah,
not
and if you
forgetting
want us to eat something in Billy and Dom Eat the World, then send it. But don't open it and then seal it first. Just send it unopened.
Or just glue it or something. Make it look like it's not open.
Rob, it's been great to see you.
Come back on
is there
again.
anything you want
Yeah.
to tell us about? Is
Yeah.
there anything coming up?
No. What do you
you
got?
writing?
I'll do it.
What you
Let's
writing these days?
Oh, yeah, same guys. Well, same guys that are a couple of the guys from Children's Hospital and I are writing just
Something new.
a comedy.
Good.
We know, it's who knows.
Me and Dom can be funny if you need us to be.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a British version.
Brilliant. Perfect.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week on the Friendship Onion.
Toodles.
Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright, I'm your oyster, baby, you're my pearl.